Are you tired of spinning your wheels, trying every marketing tactic under the sun, but still struggling to grow your business? What if I told you there is a proven framework that covers all the essentials from identifying your ideal offer to mapping out the perfect customer journey? A framework that has been put through its paces and refined over a decade to deliver real, sustainable growth for all kinds of businesses. Now you must be thinking, how do I know which ones actually work? Well, buckle up, because I'm about to share 10 proven elements that have been battle tested and refined over the past decade since I work on the field of online marketing. So let's get started. We are starting right at the core, and this is the offer. Now I know what you might be thinking. Shouldn't we focus on the target market first? Well, that's a debate that has raged in the marketing community for ages, and I'm here to settle it once and for all for you. If you are starting a brand new business and haven't sold anything yet, then yes, it's smart to start by understanding your target market. After all, the better you know the pains, problems, fears and frustrations, the easier it will be to position your product or service as the solution they've been waiting for. But if you are an existing business with products or services already on offer, then it's time to get strategic. Look at your offerings, identify the one with the best margins, the most potential for scalability, and the easiest to market and describe clearly. That's the offer we will focus on for now. The key here is to be specific and intentional. Don't try to blast your customers with a million different offers. That's just a surefire way to overwhelm and confuse them, and a confused customer don't buy anything, that's for sure. So whether you are starting from scratch or refining an existing offer, take the time to nail down the core offering. It's the foundation upon which we will build everything else. Alright, now that we've got our offer locked and loaded, it's time to set some goals. Now don't worry, I'm not going to make you create some overly complicated jargon-filled mission statement with specific measurable targets that will make your head spin. Nah, we are keeping things simple here. All you need is a clear North Star, a guiding light that will keep you on the right path and prevent you from wandering seamlessly into irrelevant territory. For most businesses, the ultimate goal is pretty straightforward: increase sales and revenue. But to get there, we need to work backwards, assign relevant metrics and key performances indicators, KPIs, that will keep us on track. For example, let's say you've got $1,000 product that you sell via phone and you close 1 out of every 2 sales calls. Well, that means you will need 2 sales calls to make 1 sale. So how many leads do you need to generate to get those 2 sales calls? And how many clicks or website visitors do you need to get those leads? See what I mean? By working backwards from your end goal, you can start to map out a clear trajectory and assign meaningful metrics that will help you to stay on course. Now, I know what you are thinking. This all sounds great in theory, but what if I'm not sure what my goals should be? No worries, my friend. Just think about what you ultimately want to achieve: more customers, higher revenue, better brand awareness, or maybe even global domination. Let's go dream big. So once you got that in mind, we can work together to figure out the rest. Alright, now that we got our offer and goals squared away, it's time to talk about the heart and soul of any successful marketing campaign: the target market. Look, I get it. The word marketing has market baked right into it, so you know it's the part of kind of a big deal. But let me break it down for you. Your target market isn't just some abstract concept. It's a beating pulse that keeps your business alive. Here is the reality. Customers don't buy when they understand. They buy when they feel understood. And that's where empathy comes in. It's about putting yourself into their shoes, seeing things from their perspective and speaking their language. That's why so much marketing falls flat. It's not relevant, it doesn't resonate, and people just tune it out. But when you truly understand your target market, you can craft messaging that hits them right where they live. So how do we do that? Well, let's break it down into 3 key categories: demographic details like age, gender, income, occupation; geographic details, where they live, cultural differences; and psychographic details, values, attitudes, lifestyles, beliefs. Basically, we want to get into their heads and understand what makes them tick. Now, I'm not suggesting we go all creepy, stalker on them or anything like that, but we do need to know what they will find offensive, what draw them in, and what will make them run for the hills. Once we got those juicy psychographics details nailed down, we can can dive even deeper into miracles and miseries, the fears, problems, and pains they are trying to escape, as well as the wants, dreams, and aspirations they are chasing. By understanding that gap between where they are and where they want to be, we can position our offer as the bridge that will take them from the misery to the miracle town. And trust me, when you can communicate that effectively, the sales will start to roll in like nobody's business. 4. Present and active. Alright, now that we got a solid understanding of our target market, it's time to figure out where they are hanging out online. Because let's be real, marketing in the wrong place is like shouting into the void. You might be making noise, but nobody listening. Now, I know what you are thinking. Hey, there are so many platforms out there, how do I choose? Well, my friend, that's where your demographic details come in handy. See, different social media platforms tend to attract different demographics. For example, if you are targeting a B2B audience, LinkedIn is usually a safe bet. If you are scoring a bit older, say 35 and up, Facebook is still a solid choice. But if your ideal customer is a bit younger, maybe in their 20s or 30s, you might want to look at Instagram or TikTok. Probably these are the most ideal places for you. The key is to match your target market demographics with the platforms where they are present and active. Because trust me, you don't want to be that person marketing in the virtual wasteland, shouting into the abyss while your potential customers are living it up somewhere else entirely. Now, I'm not saying you have to be on every single platform out there. That's just a recipe for overwhelm and burnout. But by identifying the one or two places where your ideal customers are hanging out, you can focus your effort and ensure your message is actually being seen and heard by the right audience. Now that we know where our target market is present and active, it's time to figure out what kind of content we are going to create for them. And let me tell you, this is where things can get a little overwhelming if you are not careful. See, you got many options like text-based content, audio content, video content, short form, long form, the list goes on. And if you are not strategic about it, you could end up spinning your wheels creating a bunch of random stuff that doesn't really resonate and move the needle for you. That's why my suggestion is to start with one long form content type, a blog for text, a podcast for audio, or a YouTube channel for video, just like as I do now. These long form pieces will become the anchors of your content strategy. Then you can supplement with a short form content like social media posts, microblogging, or short videos to drive traffic and engagement back to those long form pillars. No exceptions here. Every business needs to be doing email marketing. I know it's not the sexiest marketing tactic out there, but let me break it down for you. Email works. It works just as well now, if not better than it ever has before. Why? Because everybody uses email. You, me, your customers, your doctor, your accountant, literally everyone you know has an email. Chances are high multiple email addresses. Not everyone is on social media. Yeah, I know it sounds weird, but that's just the data. Or not everyone likes to open an SMS or text marketing style of ads. Direct mail still can be very effective, but email is the sweet spot. It's universal, accessible, and cost effective. In fact, when I start working with a new business, one of the very first thing I do take is look at their email marketing strategy. Why? Because optimizing is almost always leads to substantial increases profitability, customer retention, and sales. So where do you start? First, you need a lead magnet. Something valuable you can offer in exchange for someone is email's address. It could be a free guide, a checklist, or even an access to a newsletter. Next, decide on your email frequency. Once a week is a bare minimum, but I found the sweet spot to be around 3 or 4 times a week if you have a hardcore engaging audience. If you feel like your audience is not as hardcore, sort of, say 2 or 3 emails a week is still good. Any less than that and your subscribers will forget about you, then, to be honest, because there is so much noise out there. Any more, you risk burning them out. I would never send like 5 or more emails a week. With a solid email strategy in place, you will have a direct line of communication with your audience, allowing you to nurture relationships, provide value, and ultimately convert more sales. Alright, we've got our offers, goals, target market, platform presence, content types, and email strategy all lined up. Now it's time to start mapping out the customer journey, also known as the marketing funnel. Think of it like this. Most businesses have a marketing plate. They just dump all their traffic and leads onto their homepage and hope for the best. But that's surefire way to confuse and lose potential customers before they even know what you are about. A marketing funnel, on the other hand, is a deliberate path that guides prospects from being complete strangers to becoming raving fans and loyal customers. It's a systematic approach nurturing relationships and providing value at every step of the way. The best way to map out your funnel: start at the end, a sale. Then work backwards. What needs to happen before somebody buys? Maybe they need to visit a sales page. Okay, so how do they get there? Through a link in an email or from a piece of content? See what I mean? You just reverse engineer the entire process, identifying each touch point and optimizing for maximum conversions. Because when you got a well-designed funnel, you can spot leaks and plug them, increasing sales and revenue at every single stage. Now that we got our funnel mapped out, it's time to look at the bigger picture, the value of your customers over their entire lifetime with your business. This is called Customer's Lifetime Value, CLV. And calculating it is going to blow your mind. See, most businesses only look at the short-term revenue from a single transaction, but the real money is in the long-term game. How much value can you extract from a customer by nurturing that relationship and providing ongoing value? By understanding your CLV, you give yourself permission to invest more into marketing and customer acquisition, because you know that every new customer bring in has the potential to be massively profitable over time, over a long term. So calculate your CRV, then look for the ways to increase it. How can you encourage customers' retention and loyalty? What about upsells, cross-sells, or offering complementary products and services? Every little improvement compounds over time, leads to exponentially better results. With a solid grasp of CLV, you can shift your mindset from cashing quick one-off sales to building sustainable, profitable businesses that delivers real value to your customers for years to come. And here you go, my friend. If you are serious about taking your marketing to the next level, you need to be incorporating video. I'm not just talking about random posting some clips here and there. I mean developing a comprehensive video marketing strategy that supercharges every other elements we covered so far. Why video? Because it checks all the boxes. It works for every target market. It can embed it into emails and funnels. It's consumable on virtually any platforms, and perhaps most importantly, it's content type that people crave more than any other. Now I know what you are thinking, but I'm not comfortable on camera, I don't have any video skills, or even I don't have any equipment. Listen, we all have to start somewhere. My first videos were sweaty, blurry messes, but I kept it and going on and on and on, as you can see. Start small with something low pressure like stories on Instagram or Facebook. Share quick tips, behind the scenes glimpses, or tease upcoming content. Get comfortable being camera and providing value in shorts bursts. From there, you can level up to short-form vertical videos for Instagram, Reels, TikTok, or YouTube Shorts. Polished 30 to 60 second clip can go a long way in building your brand and driving traffic. But the real prize, long-form YouTube videos. They have unparalleled potential for solidifying your authority, nurturing customer relationships, and ultimately driving sales. So don't be afraid, experiment and find what works for you and your audience. Lastly, let's talk about a crucial element that needs to be woven throughout every other aspect of your marketing strategy: constant optimization and iteration. See, this framework isn't meant to be a rigid set it and forget it system. The marketing landscape constantly evolving, new platforms, new technologies like AI, for example, emerging at all time, and your customers' needs and preferences are shifting. To stay ahead of the curve, you need to embrace a mindset mindset of continuous improvement. Analyze your data, look for areas of optimization, test new ideal approaches, and be willing to adapt on the fly. Maybe your target market starts migrating to a new platform. You need to be ready to pivot and meet them there. Or perhaps you notice a particular type of video content drastically outperforming everything else. It's time to double down on that format. The point is, you can't just set up your marketing machine and expect it to run perfectly and perpetuity. You need to be hands-on, proactively looking for opportunities to improve and refine your strategies at every turn. By making constant optimization a core pillar of your approach, you will ensure that your marketing efforts never go stale and that you are always operating at peak efficiency and effectiveness. So there you have it, my friend, the 10 essential elements you need to supercharge your marketing and skyrocket your business growth. Implement them systematically, stay adaptable, and get ready to leave your competition in the dust. I hope you enjoyed this video and see you next time.